take 25.
I have heard about special education, but I'm not sure what it really is. Haven't schools always had to teach all children?
No. Until the mid-1970s, children with disabilities had no right to an education. They often didn't go. The Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or IDEA, concerns itself with ensuring equal opportunity and access for children with disabilities to the general education alongside their peers. The goal is to meet the unique needs of the child through specific services, modifications, and accommodations that are developed following the procedures laid out in federal regulation. It states that children eligible for special education services have the right to FAPE.
Educators are always using acronyms. Why do I want my child to have a FAPE? What does it mean?
Well, FAPE is an important acronym. It means a free and appropriate public education. Some of those words are self-explanatory. Free, of course, means that at no point from evaluation through the providing of services is there a cost to parents or guardians. Public means that this law is applicable to all public school districts and charter schools. It's important to know that private schools do not have the same obligation, but there are ways to get support through your public school. Education, of course, speaks to the fact that the state education agency oversees the process and is provided in conformity with the state rules and regulations.
I think you missed a word. What does appropriate mean?
Appropriate's a tricky one. IDEA provides the specially designed instruction a child needs to lead, ultimately, a productive and independent life as an adult to the maximum extent appropriate. While you have the right to have high expectations for your child, appropriate does not mean that a school has the obligation to maximize a child's learning or potential or provide what is best. Appropriate is what they need to make progress on the goals that are agreed to and created to address their learning needs, as well as the general education curriculum. While two children may qualify under the same educational category, fate may look very different for each of them. Appropriateness is individually determined.
So how do the people in the schools know what is appropriate for my child or any child?
Well, the first step in the process of special education is to request and have a comprehensive evaluation done by the school. This is the right of the parent or guardian of a child who has a disability or is suspected of having a disability, and where that disability is having a negative impact on their child's education.
So does that mean I have to have my child evaluated by a doctor?
No, you do not. There's only one category that does require that, but there are 12 other categories. This is about the evaluation that is done by the school. Once the evaluation is completed, then a decision is made as to whether a child qualifies for services, and an IEP is written if they do. That is an individualized education program. There are many rights that you have in the process, and it does take time, but getting a child what they need is the goal and the obligation of the school.
I think this is something I need to look into. Where can I get more information about how to start this process, seeing if my child needs a different kind of support?
Well, for more information,